Sorry. All right.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the most must-see show ever hit the Bedford TV airwaves, or any airwaves for that matter.
Hey, Ken, we have a really quick clip that we're going to use for the Hunter show, but we don't want it to be too sappy, and we know that Zach will be back for it.
A little bit going on, but I still got a long ways to go.
Oh, memories.
I am the Mad Wolf himself, Zach Martinkus.
I've been down from the back body jump.
I am the real deal. Recognize. Man, I was over just for one, so we just have one at least one show without, you know, this that village idiot. And like I said, kids, don't try this at home.
Driving up to a table or a steel chair.
I'm good.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
Oh, God.
The sour collab for the return of the Resident Stronghold and feel the power! The Stronghold! What up, man? We're back!
I miss you guys. Wow. Wow. I don't know what to say. We're back.
We're back. We're awesome.
They're back.
And we're crazy.
So safe to say, the band is back together.
For life.
Oh, yeah.
Strong, hold rocks. Strong, hold back. Strong, hold back. Strong, hold back. Yeah! Hold back. They're back.
When I hear music, I feel like dancing.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, I'm just as surprised as everyone here. I'm guessing this was the big surprise people felt like dropping right before the 100th episode. Oh, by the way, welcome to episode 99 of the most must-see show to ever hit the Bedford TV airwaves, or any airwaves for that matter, the Wrestling Connection. I'm your host, as always, the Pontiff of Professional Wrestling, Mr. Ken Hill. Alongside me, back at long last, I tell you, the Mad Wolf himself, the future of professional wrestling, Mr. Zach Martinkus, and of course, Mr. Jumpin' Jay himself, Mr. Julian. Welcome back.
Hoo. You already know we have come back. It's been too long. And to all of our fans, I have a very happy New Year.
And a happy New Year indeed.
Oh, and those people in the back. Yeah, whoever they are.
Yes, that would be Julie. That would be Julie, Chris, and
the other guy, the fan.
Mr. Sam Perkins, and of course, that strange man in the gray sweater. Yeah, yes, whoever you are.
Oh, man.
Who looks suspiciously like Mr. Dolan. All right, like I said, alongside Zach Martinkus and Mr. Julian and Mr. Greg Dolan, Brian Dorrington, Julie, and of course our special guests, formerly of the Bedford Minuteman, Mr. Sam Perkins, and of course Chris, and of course the lovely and the dolled up, soiled WK, dolled up Queen of Pay-Per-View Championship, which will be on the line today in the biggest King/Queen pay-per-view contest for the Royal Rumble 2016 in the Pay-Per-PreView.
Show.
Yes.
All right.
Where for the first time in the history of professional wrestling, of the Royal Rumble, the WWE, and all of professional wrestling, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship will be defended in the Royal Rumble match. It is truly
One versus all.
For Mr. Roman Reigns. When the McMahons throw down a gauntlet, they throw down a gauntlet.
And what could be even bigger than the Royal Rumble? Seriously, one guy versus 29 other dudes? I mean, just, you can't go wrong with that.
And think about it. You got Brock Lesnar. You got the Wyatt family. You've got the New Day. You got Owens. You got the wild card of Roman Reigns' best friend, Dean Ambrose.
Not to mention the League of Nations.
The League of Nations. So you've got factions. You've got tag teams. Everyone you can think of. You even got the man with the longest record in Royal Rumble history, Curtis Axel.
Oh my God! Who
I have a
cares?
surprise for y'all.
Oh God.
If you have not been paying attention to your certain news websites like wordsofpain.net or
I haven't.
wrestlenews.net,
I haven't.
there is speculation that top pro wrestlers, AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, the Machine Gun, representing the Bullet Club, Doc Gallows, formerly known as Luke Gallows,
Guess.
might be coming to the Royal Rumble. So, just like your boy, Finn Balor, might be coming to the Royal Rumble, he might not be coming alone. So, let's hope that we crown a new World Heavyweight Champion. And as you know, I'm back. I'm coming for my belt. Bring it on, ladies and gentlemen. The Indestructible King is here.
Yeah, I think you forgot one other contender too. Me. The one and only...
The uncrowned champion.
Yep. Yeah, the one guy in this entire freaking thing that has not won it one
Watch your
time.
mouth. Watch your mouth.
Hey, I didn't even... Serious?
Cool.
Whatever.
First
You get the-
episode back.
Oh, gosh. You get the gist. I haven't won it one time.
He's overdue.
I have been gunning for this sucker since day one. He won it in the very beginning. I want it. I'm hungry.
He's starving. He's ravenous.
Hey, my boy Zach, I don't mean to take the spotlight from you, but you always know what they say. Step to the king, you best not miss. Bring it on.
Yeah, and there's...
All right, well, let's stop with all this talk, bloviating stuff, and let's get to the actual picks.
Okay.
If you guys think
All right.
you know
Girls,
so much,
girls,
let's
you're
put
both
your
pretty.
money where your mouth
let's
is.
Let's get to the predicting.
What does that
Oh,
make...
wait, where's my makeup so I can look pretty? Where's my earrings, all that?
Yeah, what does that make you, Betty White?
Wait, time to take a selfie. Time to take a selfie.
All right.
All right,
Things
back to
are-
business.
Moving on. All right. So we'll kick things off. We'll kick things off in a big way with, of course, the kickoff match. Now, this is an interesting one here because this is a fatal four-way tag team match where the both winners gain entry into the Royal Rumble match.
Whoa.
So you have Darren Young and Damian Sandow, probably two future members of the Social Outcasts.
Shocker.
The Dudley Boys, the Ascension, and of course you have the Olympian team, Jack Swagger and Mark Henry.
Ooh.
Now, this one's a tough one because, I mean, you pretty much know that none of these teams are even going to make it to the final 8, let alone the final 4.
Right.
So really, this is, I mean, we started right at the back with a toughie because, like, this is a 4-way split. Any team, I mean, okay, is going to make about as much impact as any other team, i.e.
Right.
0. So, I'm just going to make a pick straight away. I'm just going to go with I mean, they need the biggest bodies they can have, and that would be Swagger and Henry. So that's my pick, Swagger and Henry.
I don't know, man. Bubba Ray Dudley is pretty big. I think he's probably just as big.
Not
as
that
bigger
big.
than Swagger.
Well, I mean, we're talking Mark Henry. We're talking world's strongest man, 400 pounds.
And we're also talking about relevance of former tag team champions.
And and also 2 former world heavyweight champions too.
So I mean, you need as much I mean, the Royal Rumble needs as much credibility as you can get, and you can't. I mean, of course, yeah. I mean, because you already got the New Day in there. You already got the Wyatt family. You already got the League of Nations. So you already got a bunch of tag teams and factions in there. You really, I mean, you don't want to saturate the crowd. You want to have some single able bodies you can throw at this. So that's why I'm going with Swagger and Henry.
Jay?
We're talking about having a Royal Rumble with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. It would make sense for them to put it in guys who have not only been former World Heavyweight Champions, but also have a little credibility with also mid-card single championships as well as tag team championships. So my pick as well is going to be Mark Henry and Jack Swagger.
All right, all right, Mr. Martinkus.
Well, just viewing from all this, I mean, just process of elimination. Damien Sandow, of course, Dan Young, you're right. The Ascension, got it. So my cup, it's between Team Olympians and then the Dudleys.
I mean, except for I think last year. It was last year that Bubba Ray came back. The Dudley Boys have never been in a Royal Rumble.
Yeah, so I mean, this could be their big break though. But of course, with tag teams, no, the heck with that. Make that number 3. I'm going with Team Olympians.
All right, Henry and Swagger. All right, we'll start with the reigning champion, the Queen of Pay-Per-View herself, Julie. Julie, who do you see winning this match, getting into the Royal Rumble?
This one?
Okay.
I predicted the Dudleys.
Yeah, got a little feedback right there.
All right, we're good.
Did you hear me?
Which one?
Dudleys.
The Dudleys? All right, the Dudleys. All right, Brian, your pick?
I myself am going with the Dudleys because I find you guys make some good points again with Swagger and Henry, but then I ask myself, who do the fans want to see in the Royal Rumble? And I think the fans are all about the Dudleys right now. They're always a fan favorite team. And there are a lot of factions in here, and I think that we're going to see the League of Nations team up. We're going to see the New Day team up. We're going to see the Wyatts team up. So, I think that they're really going with the teams this year, and I think why not add one more teams, especially some, well-liked veterans. So I'm going with the Dudleys.
All right.
All right.
Okay, now, of course, we have, like I said, we have our special guests here, and along with, again, the mystery man in the gray sweater, whoever that could be.
Not in the
And
shot.
questionable.
All right, everyone. I'm going to go with the Dudley Boys from the ECW former wrestling thing. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Okay, well, considering this is Greg, that's probably, or at least I think it is Greg.
Yeah.
That's about the most sensible thing I've heard from him in 100 episodes. So,
Oh,
We
really?
got one more.
What about
Does it make
his
sense?
nonstop picks for the Big Show, for crying out loud? All of a sudden, I'm willing to bet money though. He's gonna freaking bet. He's gonna bet the Big Show's gonna win.
Show, Paul White, the Giant, Captain Insano.
Yeah.
Why not?
Come on.
All right. So Sam and Chris, you're a special guest. You're a special guest here. So we'll start with Chris. Chris, who do you believe out of the 4 teams has the best chance of getting to the Royal Rumble?
Well, I was going to go with Henry and Swagger.
All right.
As for the other 3, I need a little refresher. That's it. Henry and Swagger.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to say that is Chris's lock of the night, by the way.
That's Chris's lock of the night.
Yes, so starting off the bat with a lock of the
All
night.
right, a little risky. All right, but all right. Okay, so we got everyone for the kickoff match. Now we move on to the first title match of the evening, the Divas title. Divas champion Charlotte defending against her former friend Becky Lynch. Of course, we all know this. Charlotte has made clear her direction. She's following more in her father's footsteps than ever.
Shocker.
She's been wheeling and dealing. She's been using shortcuts. She's been taking advantage of her father at ringside to come on top of her matches. Becky opposed this at first, tried to be friends with Charlotte, tried to stick along with her, and at one point it seemed like that when Becky picked up an upset win, in what was supposed to be a friendly match, things really broke down. Charlotte made her true colors known and fully aligned herself with her father. And while Becky's had 2 unsuccessful defense attempts at getting the Divas title, the third time may very well be the charm. Now, I've liked the build-up for this because, like I said in the last few weeks, we finally got a direction from Becky Lynch. She's no longer the sidekick. She's out on her own. Let us know as much. And as much as I don't really like Charlotte's direction here, because we saw pretty much the opposite.
Heel turn.
Hey.
The heel turn everyone thought we forgot.
Hey.
Yeah, the heel.
We just thought we'd, have a little memory.
Okay.
Oh, God. Yeah.
There's a heel turn. There's your heel turn. There's your heel turn right there.
Seriously? Oh, okay, that. Yeah, okay. I thought you were talking about me. I was going to say, what the heck, man?
Okay. Now, anyway, what I liked about this, just a quick note before we go into predictions. What I liked about this was Becky's promo last Monday on Raw, essentially turning Ric Flair's whole self-promoting motto against himself. Pretty much calling on questioning his pride in terms of the legends he fought, in terms of being a father and a Hall of Famer, and really got under Flair's skin. And I just want to know, this is kind of like a hidden highlight here, because no one really, this is kind of understated. She outwitted the Nature Boy. Becky Lynch outwitted one of the dirtiest players in the game and got a 3rd title match out of Charlotte. And you got to look on Charlotte. She didn't want to do it.
Nope.
She had nothing to prove, and her father pretty much went and made the match for her. I just want to state that because that was actually pretty awesome.
Yep.
What she just did.
Yeah.
Whenever
You
can outwit someone, a mental mastermind like Ric Flair, you can call that. You can just call that a day.
Oh yeah.
All right. So anyway, like I said, but I don't believe it's going to be a 3rd time the charm here because they've been, like we said for the last couple months, they've been slowly building Sasha Banks as the next challenger to the Divas title. She's been getting more and more positive reactions. So I'm still sold that it's going to be Charlotte versus Sasha in some shape or form, either at Fastlane or at WrestleMania. I'm sure Becky's going to give it her all here. I'm sure it'll be an intense, nail-biting match, considering the personal feud between these two. But I think Charlotte's going to come out on top again. So I'm going with Charlotte.
All right. Well, Zach? I'm actually going to take hold of this one. And I haven't paid attention. I haven't paid attention as of lately. Between these two, and and I do agree with you on some points though. But one thing I'm going to take a swing at though that's going to be a little different. Becky's been building up a lot more momentum. Not to mention she's trying to make that claim though. She is the new dirtiest player in the game though. She's trying to make that point though. You may be better, match-wise, but I'm better at you when it comes to speaking-wise. So, I'm agreeing with you. I think it's going to be a close match, though. I think Becky's going to win this match, but I don't think she either... This is what I know she's going to win this, but it's either going to be... She's either going to win this by submission or she's going to win by disqualification. It's going to be one of those two. I'm predicting that's what's going to happen.
All right, so Zach picks Becky. Mr. J, how do you feel about the Divas title match?
I'm excited that Becky Lynch is actually getting a 3rd shot. We're talking about the student of one NXT champion, Finn Balor, back when they were both wrestling in Ireland, and we're also talking about a girl who has momentum, 3rd piece of Team PCB. But we're talking about the daughter of the dirtiest player in the game. She calls herself the self-proclaimed dirtiest diva of the game. I'm not really impressed with how they decided to go with Charlotte on, have her be Divas champion. I would rather have Becky because she has a lot more experience in terms of submission wrestling and have a lot more better mic skills. But I'd have to agree with Zach and Kenny in this. I think Charlotte's going to somewhat find a way to come out with the title, so I think it's going to be Becky Lynch by count out.
Count out? All right.
Well, Ken, you chose Charlotte, right?
I chose Charlotte,
okay,
but they're thinking that Becky's going to win, but Charlotte's either going to take a walk or get herself disqualified.
So Charlotte's your pick to win,
well,
right, Ken?
Charlotte's my pick. These guys,
right.
They both went with Becky.
I was just going to say that I'm just thinking, well, it's not the Bellas. Thankfully.
All right.
Oh man, well you know how I felt about the Bellas. I love
injured as well.
Anyway, I think I'm going to go with Charlotte here, and it's because there's really no reason to take the belt off her at this point. And like you said, Ken, I think they're building up for Charlotte versus Sasha. I think that's going to be those are the two top athletic divas in technical wrestling ability they have in the WWE. And with Ric Flair playing a bigger role in Charlotte's title run, the crowd loves Ric Flair. Anytime you can keep him on TV, keep her a heel, I think that she's got, everything behind her. So I'm going with Charlotte in this one.
All right. So.
And did I make that my lock of the night?
No,
I didn't. Okay.
Did I make that my lock of the night? I forget.
No. Nope, neither of us did.
Okay. All right. So, Queen of Pay-Per-View, Julie, what's your pick?
I'm sick of Charlotte, so for that reason, I'm going with Becky, and that's my lock of the night.
Okay. There we go. All right. And Greg, God help us all.
History person here. I'm going to go with Charlotte. I don't really know who Becky is, and I did a little research, and I saw that Charlotte is a city of 809,000 people in North Carolina, and I found that it's probably difficult for Becky to pin all of those, so I'm going Charlotte. Lock of the night. No way she pins the whole city.
Oh my God, I missed this. I missed the stupidity of Craig. Thank you, Craig, for dumbing the IQs of every single person down to like 100 freaking points. Thank you.
Apparently,
he actually brought it to our attention that he knows statistics.
Oh my God!
Apparently he's gotten the Sam already because Sam was actually applauding that.
Oh my.
Excuse me.
No player hitting here, nothing. We're just pointing out facts.
Yeah.
Who is he, Tyson Kidd now? Facts. I'm the fact dropper. Drop another fact for you.
All right. All right. So before we get any more randomness, Chris, who is your pick for the Divas Championship match?
I'm going to go with Becky Lynch. She is my girl for the night. I feel Charlotte has won too many, and Becky is wearing goggles in this photo. And as a swimmer, I have to go with the goggles girl.
What?
Okay.
Watch it. Hashtag watch it questionable.
Hashtag.
Okay, you're going.
Goggles? Seriously? This is your big point? Goggles. That's your big. Okay, please. Let's just move on, please.
Oh, please. You're going with the English goth girl.
Moving on.
Do not dish Paige. She's my girl.
Someone the broom, sweep him away.
All right.
Paige.
Okay. All right. Next, we have the United States Championship match. Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto. Now, ever since Sin Cara, Kalisto's tag team partner for the Lucha Dragons, has been on disabled list with shoulder injury, they've seemed to be putting more focus on Kalisto in the singles division. I mean, this is no by coincidence, considering that John Cena recently ran on the injury with a serious shoulder injury, a rotator cuff, and will be out at least past WrestleMania.
Correct.
Well, knowing Super Cena, he'll probably be back at WrestleMania. So cross your fingers on that one.
Literally.
All right. So in the meantime, Kalisto has been a thorn in Alberto Del Rio's side, particularly in the last couple weeks, where Kalisto actually unseated Del Rio at one point for the United States Championship, only for Kalisto to win it back, to lose it back to Del Rio later that week on SmackDown. So I mean, aside from just the oddball booking here, I mean, I don't know if they were trying to feel out Kalisto as a singles champion. I mean, I don't know what they're trying to do here. I've been talking about how they're trying to find a new star to kind of spearhead the whole notion of trying to pick up more fans from the Latino demographic.
Yeah,
and I mean, you could not do better than pretty much having two top Latino stars in Kalisto and of course Del Rio, who is synonymous with Mexican wrestling.
Right.
If anyone knows his legend with Dos Caras and Mil Mascaras. I mean, this one's kind of a tough one for me.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I could see either man walking away here. Del Rio doesn't really need the United States Championship at this point, because really, he's a viable contender for any championship, U.S., Intercontinental, or World, especially World Championship, because he's a former World Champion. I mean, Kalisto could have a much more, like, a widespread number of opponents. I mean, I don't know where to go in this one. I'm going with Del Rio to retain here. I'm going with Del Rio because I mean they obviously panicked. WWE obviously panicked. They put the belt back on Del Rio because they weren't sure about the reception to Kalisto being a champion. I mean, if there was a feeling out process, I mean, just have Kalisto hold it to the Royal Rumble and then give it back to Del Rio. I mean, if Del Rio loses again here, it kind of ruins his credibility if he's going to be like a future contender for the World Championship. So I'm going with Del Rio here. And I forget, Brian, was that my lock of the night? Because
Julie has a sheet. Was that his lock of the night?
No.
Nope.
that wasn't my lock. Okay,
That was my lock
No,
of
I
the
remember what my lock of the night was. All right, so Zach, U.S. title.
And I did watch that match. And Kalisto, he put it all. He put up one heck of a match though, and like I agree with you. This is a real tough decision, I don't know. I just feel like Kalisto really didn't get a real good chance at really showing like how good of a champion he could be. I mean, he's a former NXT Tag Team Champions. Him and Sin Cara, they pulled it off great. So, I doubt this is gonna happen though. But I have a feeling, Kalisto will win this. Though I'm not saying whatever stipulation he'll win it by. I'm just saying he'll win that match. So.
All right. So Julian, what's your take on this U.S. title kerfuffle?
If the camera's focused on me, bring that bad boy right here. You see this right here? This is the WWE United States Championship. Look at this bad boy right here. This means you're the champion of our 50 great states. And we got the belt on a guy who has been to the top of the mountain various times. WWE champion, WWE World Heavyweight champion. We're talking Mr. Money the Big, Royal Rumble winner.
Actually, he won the biggest Royal Rumble in history. 40 men. And he came out on top. It's like, wow.
All right. I mean, so.
But
his family member's a Hall of Famer, so if you ask me, I would rather have Kalisto win the belt, but usually when someone wants the belt back, they usually don't use it in a rematch, so I'm going with Alberto Del Rio on this one.
All right, Brian, U.S. title match.
Well, I'm going to go with Del Rio, and that's my lock of the night. I was actually surprised when Kalisto won because I know that they've been trying to make the U.S. Title a big thing, hence why they had John Cena winning it and holding it for a long time. So you need a big name to hold a belt if you want it to be big. And who had it before John Cena was Rusev, John Cena, Alberto Del Rio. Kalisto, that name just doesn't fit in with the mix. He's just not a big enough star at this point. So if you want a star belt, you got to put a star guy behind it. That's Del Rio.
I mean, at the same time, though, I mean, you got to start building more stars. But I get what you mean. I mean, they need like a firm, like a foundation for the U.S. title, kind of a good boosting point for whoever finally unseats Del Rio.
If you ask me, they're doing the same thing that they did with Cesaro when he won his United States Championship. Had him held up for a good while. People who was ready to knock him off the pedestal, they just kept it on him. And who they put the title on? Kofi Kingston. So, who knows? It could be anyone's ball game for this championship right here.
Right. All right. So Julie?
Alberto Del Rio.
Does it so much better than Ricardo Rodriguez.
Yeah, the only guy that really worshipped Del Rio.
Okay, all right. Greg?
All right. Yeah, Ken, so you said that Del Rio is synonymous with Mexican wrestling, right?
Oh, God.
Yeah,
So I did a little research. It actually means of the river, his last name from the river.
Perfecto.
So I did a little research into Kalisto to see what I could find.
Okay.
And I found that the name Kalisto is a Greek baby name. In Greek, the meaning of Kalisto is most beautiful, which, isn't that exciting. But then I did a little more research, and it's also a mythological Arcadian who transformed into a she-bear and then the Great Bear constellation. And there's just no way to pin an entire constellation of stars. I mean, the distances in between alone are unfathomable. So I'm going with Kalisto.
What?
Oh my God, is he
done?
Oh my God, he quit talking. Thank
Is he
you.
end of the show? Is he end of the show already?
No, he just quit
Are you
talking.
done?
Darn.
No, he just got done talking. No, thank God.
Thank you. Next.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But
Next.
next, please.
All right. So Chris. All right. So Chris, U.S. title match: Kalisto, Del Rio. Who's your pick?
I'm going with Kalisto for the very simple reason of he's wearing a wrestling mask, which reminds me of Mucho Lucho as a kid. I haven't seen masks in years.
Okay, just watch Lucha Underground. You'll see masks everywhere.
I swear, if I keep hearing stupid stuff, I swear, my head.
Just watch SmackDown for the last 10 years. You'll see Rey Mysterio flying everywhere. He wears a mask.
But we're talking about Alberto Del Rio. We're talking about the one guy who took down many masked wrestlers. Like, we're talking Rey Mysterio, we're talking Sin Cara. Many of them, he knocked them off their pedestal, so that's going to be hard.
All right. Okay, so moving on, we have the tag team title match. I remember this one was my lock of the night. I finally remember that. All right, we have the Usos going up against challenging the New Day. Now, this was originally the Lucha Dragons supposed to be challenging for the tag team titles, but when, like we said, when Sin Cara went down with a shoulder injury, they needed to put a challenge up against Del Rio, and Kalisto ended up being the one. Now, meanwhile, Usos did beat the New Day, earned a tag team title opportunity, and I mean, so far they've been getting the better of them in 6-man tag team matches with the likes of Ryback and Chris Jericho, and
let's not forget TLC.
I mean,
last month.
I mean, all the jaw-dropping moments of tables, ladders, and chairs.
Elimination Chamber, all of that.
Oh, exactly. But the thing is, the Usos, I mean, they're 2-time tag team champions. They're 2-time Slammy Award-winning tag team of the year. They're a stalwart in the tag team division for the last, 2-3 years.
Give or take.
So no one can doubt the fact that they're an amazing tag team. But the problem is, their style has just grown so stale over the last year. And basically, it's just flying and flipping and pretty much just having a super kick party every match. Hey, don't get me wrong. I love seeing people's heads get kicked off as much as the next wrestling fan.
Super kick party!
Hashtag super kick party.
Super kick party.
Yep.
He's Mr. Hashtag tonight. All right. Anyway, though, like I said, they're stalwarts in the tag team division. They just like with Del Rio, I don't really feel like they need the tag team titles at this point. They're like they said, they're like a good base for any tag team to go up against. Like the Wyatt family, like Cesaro and Kid, like the Goldust and Stardust, like Miz and Mizdow. They're a good base. I mean, they don't always need to win every feud they're in because they're always going to be in the tag team division. They're always going to be in the hunt. They're always better off chasing the titles rather than holding them. The New Day about your most entertaining tag team you could possibly have out there. I mean, for God's sake, we were doing their chant at the top of this show. So that shows you how much they connect with us here, all the way down here at the Wrestling Connection.
Yeah, we were only just doing this just for kicks, so it was my idea, and I regret it. I was just gonna say this. So please slay these stupid, these three stooges of a unicorn or morons. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know you're gonna make your pick though, but I'm sorry. I gotta get this out of my system. It's so stupid. These guys, they're just. All I'm gonna say, Usos. I don't care what you gotta do. Make a super kick city, super kick party. Make it a super kick city. Please shut these morons up so we don't gotta deal with this stupid unicorn crap. Usos, my pick. Usos. I need to get this out of my system. I'm sorry.
And exhale. Okay. All right. I'm going with the New Day. They're my lock of the night. I see the New Day holding on until WrestleMania, until the usual 4-5 team multi-man match, or in other words, lazy WrestleMania booking for the last 3-4 years.
Well, I mean, not all of them have been bad.
No, they haven't all been bad, but okay. I mean, basically, when they don't have anything going to technical, let's just throw 4 teams together.
Yeah, true. Then of course, let's not forget, the 18 second, World Heavyweight Championship match.
Okay, moving on from that.
Okay.
All right, Mr. J.
Well, you already know I'm gonna have to go with my boys at Usos. Since
He's either gonna do one of two things.
if I'm correct, Jay come back from a shoulder injury. He been out for a while. They looking for revenge against the New Day. Yeah, don't get me wrong. New Day is very entertaining and all that, and they came up with the most lamest fan base calling their fans unicorns and saying they suffer from unicorn power and all that. It's like, yeah, they're entertainment and all that, but whatever happened to the intensity they had when they put down that beat down on John Cena and the Dudley Boys? Like, you guys had intensity and all that, but your time's running up. Usos, good luck. I'm going with y'all.
Yeah, booty, tooty, booty. Rudy Tooty Booty. Rudy Tooty Booty.
Next.
Next, please.
All right, Brian.
So before I make my pick, Sam and I were just talking, and he has a really, really cool interpretation of what might happen in the storyline. And it's so far out that it actually sort of makes some sense. I'm going to let him tell you who he thinks is going to take this match.
Okay.
Great. Let's hear it.
Okay, Mr. Perkins.
So
Fact dropper.
there isn't going to be a winner because the match is going to be disrupted by the return of the Legion of Doom from beyond the grave.
Okay. Anybody want to like? Okay.
No.
No. I'm taking care of this logic. First of all, Hawk, he's a Hall of Famer. I'm sorry, Hawk and Animal, yes, they're Hall of Famers, but Hawk's dead. Hawk's dead. All he got left is Animal.
Unless someone knows how to bring back the dead without our knowledge.
Yeah. So this whole idea about the Legion of Doom and whatnot, I'm sorry, but just
from beyond the grave, the reference. They're coming back.
What, we trying to do a recreation of The Walking Dead here?
Guys, I don't think it's that far out of question, to tell you the truth.
It's very out of question, for God's sakes.
Hey, Brian, I have a better
Have you seen the Tupac hologram? Have you seen the Tupac and Elvis hologram? Could you imagine one of those holograms?
Really? Are we really talking? Are we really talking about South Park?
Guys,
we're talking about holograms here.
No, holograms. They do this stuff.
Yeah, so, they're basically
Hey, Brian, I got a much better one.
That wasn't my pick, but
I got a much better one. I can understand your theory on Legion of Doom coming back, but I don't think there would be a winner because it would be more logical for push comes to shove with the Wyatt family and their momentum coming up. What if Luke Harper and Eric Rowan was able to interrupt the match and insert themselves into the match?
Guys, we're spiraling out.
Let's
move on.
Let's just bullet Let's just move on. Okay, bullet points.
Move on. Come on.
Well, I just thought that should be shared. I thought it was interesting. I thought you guys would like to hear it too. I apologize. Anyway, I am going with for my pick the New Day because they're one of the best things going in WWE. And I know you guys hate them, but that's what makes them great. They're so fun to hate. They just get under people like yours skin, and I just love watching them do it. So there's no reason to take the belt off these guys yet. I love the New Day.
Well, I agree. I agree with Julian and Zach that they are totally annoying, and I would like to rip.
Yes, finally.
All right, and I would like to rip that unicorn off and shove it into the trombone, and then take that trombone and break it in half.
R.I.P. Francesca.
Thank you.
Finally.
Jericho already took care of that for you.
But that being said, I do think they're going to win, so they are my pick. New Day it is.
All right. All right, Chris.
Once I thought it was going to
I was just beginning to like it.
I think this one's really obvious. I went the last one. I went with the mythological she-bear constellation. This time I'm going unicorn. Mythological creatures for the win. It's going to be a theme for the night, theme of the WWE for years to come. Mythological creatures. Chris?
All right, Chris.
Where's the Rock when we need someone to insult?
To counter Greg's point, unicorns are not real, but brotherhood and the power of family is. So I think the Usos are going to win.
Oh my God!
Did you say Usos?
You finally made something that made sense. Something that made sense.
Oh, you heard that right.
Oh my God! My city cannot go uncontrollably. It's gonna go uncontrolled.
I think we need some crowd control here because this
Thank you, God. There's a miracle.
I need some pepper spray for these.
I'm blind.
Okay.
My homie.
All right, so here we go.
Second last match. Intercontinental Championship, last man standing, Dean Ambrose defending against Kevin Owens. Now, this has been my personal favorite because this has been one of the better fought physical feuds. These two have just been beating the bejesus out of each other. They've been putting each other through tables, fighting through the crowd. It's been crazy. It's been wild. Everything we could expect out of a feud between these two. They've been great on the mic. They've been great in the ring. I mean, I'm sorry it has to come to an end here. Because last man standing is pretty much, that's it. It's finite. That's the finale. That's it. Literally last man standing. And the fact that these two are going to compete in a last man standing match, then in the Rumble, is crazy enough as it is.
Oh, yeah.
So, in all likelihood, this is going to go on first. Because it would be crazy. Actually, it wouldn't surprise me if this match goes on and then suddenly they have the last man standing match and then the Royal Rumble. That would be crazy and totally befitting of Ambrose and Owens. As it is, this is one of those matches where like I said, it's a complete toss-up. Because when you think about it, you think, okay, Ambrose is going to retain here because Owens has been laying him out left and right for weeks on end. He's been putting him through announce table after announce table after announce table. But the thing is, part of Owens' character is that he's a prize fighter.
Yeah.
Okay. He loves competing for gold. He loves getting a payday. He loves bringing money home for himself and his family. Now, like I said, the circumstances here say Ambrose wins and he retains, but I'm going to go with Owens, and the reason is, this is kind of a long term. I see Owens winning. I see him challenging whoever's the champion after WrestleMania. Hopefully it's Reigns, because the thing is, the common bond that Owens and Reigns have is that they both consider themselves family men. They both do this job.
You mean Ambrose and Reigns?
No, Owens and Reigns. Remember, part of Owens' reasoning was that he wanted to make more and more money so he could bring for his family. That's why he considers himself a prize fighter. He loves the championship gold. It means more money for him. It means more money for his family, for his wife, for his son. And Reigns is in the same boat. He does things for his wife, his daughter. Because come on, he won the championship on his daughter's birthday, and he considered that one the greatest accomplishment of his life. So the fact is, to see these two come to blows over who's the better family man, as well as who would be the better champion, and we've even seen that teased. I mean, we've seen them face off in fatal 4-way matches, tag team matches. I mean, we saw them face off in the 1 versus all match, where it was supposed to be Roman Reigns taking on the entire WWE roster, but it was basically just Roman Reigns versus Owens for 15 plus minutes, which was actually pretty good. So it's clear WWE's testing the waters for an Owens-Reigns feud post-Mania. We say goodbye to Mr. Perkins. We have some lovely parting gifts for you. Not. Anyway, like I said,
bye, Sam.
I'm going with Owens. I'm going with Owens.
Yeah, let's make your pick. Come on, we're already running late.
I know, and I'm going with Owens to win. And like I said, it's for long-term reasons. I'm going with Owens. All right, Zach?
Well, for me, I'll just keep this short and sweet, you know. You can't keep Ambrose down. You can't. No matter how much you try to keep knocking him down.
I can't wait till what I got to say.
You just can't. Sorry. Just keep it short and sweet. Sticking with Ambrose. He's gonna retain.
All right, Ambrose. Okay, he's going with Ambrose.
Because I have to keep this short and sweet, I'm gonna go off kilter with this. I'm going with Dean Ambrose because we're talking about Royal Rumble, the history of champions going into a match, who's more likely to hold a championship going into the Rumble itself. It would make a lot of sense for Dean Ambrose to win this match, because if he goes into the Royal Rumble and gets down to at least the Final 4, it would make a lot more sense for the loser of the Intercontinental Championship match to attack the guy and personally eliminate them. So I'm going with Dean Ambrose, and that's my point.
All right. So Brian?
Guys, Owens, and it's because this is such a fan-friendly feud. Why end it now? Why not put the belt back on Owens and then have another rubber match at Fastlane or WrestleMania? Keep this thing going. I mean, we want to see these guys fight in the last man standing match, and then who knows what will happen next time. Maybe a street fight, but there's no way that they're going to end this feud. I should have made this my lock of the night. I'm 100% confident that Owens is going to win this one.
All right, Julie?
Yeah, I'm going with Kevin Owens. I'm going to make it short and sweet, and there you go. Greg?
Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet, too. Ambrose, he appears to have the title. He also has 2 titles. He's a Dean Ambrose. He's the head of whatever college he goes to. And those 2 titles cancel each other out, so I don't think he has much of an advantage. Kevin Owens.
Oh, okay, I got it. That was a good one.
I'm going to go with Ambrose.
All right.
And guys, I just want to say, Julian and Zach, do you guys have any lock of the nights yet? Because
I mean, I know you got a lot of tough choices, but
so which one do you want to?
Actually, saving it. I might as well. Are we up at the final match? The Royal Rumble?
Well, no,
the Royal Rumble, but I mean...
I wouldn't use it.
I wouldn't use it in the Royal Rumble. I would just use it on any of the title matches or the kickoff match.
Well, that be the case.
So it's either for Ambrose, Kalisto, Becky, or the Usos. Which one of those do you think is going to be your... Or the Henry and Swagger? Which one do you think is going to be your...
My lock's for Ambrose. Even though I was really kind of hoping, take a huge gamble and put my lock for the Royal Rumble. Nah,
I just don't know how that would work
I'm
out.
not
I just don't
taking
know
a
how
gamble,
that would work
although
out.
I'm usually am. This time I'm
Julian,
not.
do you have a lock of the night?
I do have 3 choices: Divas Championship, Tag Team Championship, or United States Championship. The more logical one I'm going to go with is the United States Championship. That's my lock of the night.
So Del Rio is your lock of the
Del
night.
Rio.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
All right, and Ken, do you want to explain the Royal Rumble rules and how we're picking them?
Okay, so now how the Royal Rumble picks work. Essentially, we all pick, it's not necessarily like a top 4, like first pick gets 4 points, second pick gets 3 points, like we usually do for multi-man matches. How this works is that we're going to predict who we believe will be the final 4 in the Royal Rumble. Essentially, once all 30 participants have entered, who will be the final 4 remaining in the ring? That's who we're going to go with. Now, of course, we have that along with who we think will be the Royal Rumble Iron Man. Essentially, who we believe will last the longest. Now, who lasts the longest doesn't necessarily have to be the winner. So it can pretty much be any of the 30 participants you believe will last the longest in the Royal Rumble. We also have the Royal Rumble Sharpshooter. Essentially, who we believe will have the most eliminations out of everyone. So essentially we have 6 picks. Now, among your final 4 picks, the one, if you can pick one, you pick one to win, and if that one wins, you get an extra point in addition to the point you earned for them being in the final 4. So essentially, there's 7 total points at stake in the Royal Rumble match. So it's a big gamble depending on who you pick. Now, who I'm going to pick, my final 4. I'm going to go. There are 2 I think everyone's probably going to go with here. I'm going with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
Now, one I'm going to go with is Kevin Owens.
Yep. I can see that.
And this 4th one may or may not be a surprise, depending on how he's been built over the last week or so. I'm going to go with Bray Wyatt. And my pick to win the championship, and now this is where the real twist comes in, I'm going with Bray Wyatt. I'm going with Bray Wyatt to win. I just think, I know what Brian's picks was. But the way I'm thinking is that I'm just tossing in Roman there as a safe bet. I'm kind of hedging my bets here. But I think I don't even think he's going to make it to the final 4. I think Triple H is going to come out somewhere in the middle. I don't know if he'll be official entrant or not. He's going to cost Roman the match. And then it'll create a lot more intrigue as to who the new world champion will be. Because if you have Roman fight all the way to the final 4, even if you don't have him win, seriously, he fought all the way to the final 4, and then just suddenly he's out. That kind of gets more people against him, because seriously, it was just the whole 1 versus all motif, which I thought was ridiculous to begin with. So
so why don't we get these guys to pick their final 4, and then we'll do the Iron Man and most elims after that.
Right. All right. So like I said, my final 4, like I said, Roman, Brock, Bray Wyatt, and Kevin Owens. And my pick to win will be Bray Wyatt.
All right. Well, for me, okay. Well, I'm still gonna somewhat match it. It's obviously gonna be the final 4. It's gonna be Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. I did see Kevin Owens, and but I'm gonna switch it up though. I think, I could be wrong on this stuff, and I'm just making this a gamble though. Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose. All right.
All right, and for me,
that's what he said.
I can't believe I'm even saying this though. This is gonna shock everybody. Usually I'm Roman Reigns guy though, but I'm going with Brock Lesnar.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I never thought I'd see the day.
Yeah. Just because,
No, it's not a bad.
He's gonna bring everybody to Suplex City, and it's more of a likely chance
you're in it to
possible
win
it's gonna happen.
All right.
All right, Julian.
You're in to win it. All right, Mr. J.
So I've been paying attention to statistics, sorry, Greg, and all that, but I honestly believe this year's Royal Rumble is going to be a huge surprise, depending on the news that I dropped for y'all earlier. So, honestly think the Final Four is going to come down to the champion himself, Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, Brock Lesnar, and a surprise entrance. So, hopefully...
Well, I mean, you can't just do a surprise entry. You got to name the name.
Yep.
Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho? All right.
And I think if push comes to shove, if by a slight hair of a chance Roman Reigns does get eliminated among the Final Four, I think it would come down to Lesnar.
So Lesnar's your winner?
Lesnar's
Yes.
Your winner? All right, Brian. Who's your Final Four? Lay it on us.
All right, I want to make sure I have this right. All right, so they're all pretty similar. I got Reigns, Lesnar, and Bray Wyatt, but I have a surprise one that nobody's mentioned, and I don't even know if he's going to be in it, but it would be cool in a twist if he was, and that's Triple H. I think that he could come in maybe as like number 30, do some damage, and then maybe, help Brock win or something like that. I'm not sure, but I'm going to pick Lesnar as my winner as well. So we got Reigns, Lesnar, Triple H, and Bray. Lesnar is the winner.
All right, Julie. Let's get
All right.
What you got, Queen?
Yeah. So the Queen has Reigns, Sheamus, Rusev, and Bray Wyatt.
An interesting Final Four. All right.
I want to change my winner. Am I allowed to change my winner?
The Queen can.
Since she's the Queen, I would just give her exception.
All right.
Since I'm the Queen, I can change the rules, right?
No.
You think so?
No. Once you have it written down in paper, that's it. That's finalized.
What you got?
Who's your pick
so
to win?
my winner is going to be Wyatt. Bray.
Okay.
He has
All right,
momentum going in the match.
So we got 3 for Lesnar, 2 for Wyatt. So far, no Reigns.
All right, you guys ready for mine?
Oh, God.
What you got, Fat Dropper?
I'm going to go John Cena, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, and Daniel Bryan.
Wow.
Okay. First off, I'm happy because for once, no Big Show references.
No, I'm just kidding. I have my real picks, guys. Those guys are all injured. I know my pro wrestling. Come on.
They're all injured.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go with Dean Ambrose, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and The Big Show.
Damn it.
Of course. Why? We know it.
Why?
I know it. You couldn't help yourself.
Do we want to know who the heck you want to vote for the winner?
The Big Show.
Captain Insano.
No,
Giant.
Captain and
Paul White.
I'm actually going to go Lesnar win.
Oh, okay. So,
Wow.
So far, 4 for Lesnar, 2 for Wyatt.
knocked out Frank Mir once.
All right. So, Chris? All right.
Julie, mind if I look at my list?
All right, man. Lay down your Final Four.
Tick-tock.
I'm going to go with Lesnar, Strowman, Bray, and Chris Jericho is the winner.
Chris Jericho is the winner.
Wow, that would be a wild card.
That's
Jericho would be the true wild card.
Wow.
That's not a bad choice.
No,
All right, so next
that
time.
really spiced things
Yeah,
up.
that'd be hard to
Braun
eliminate him.
Strowman.
All right, guys, let's do this quick. We were almost at an hour, so let's do Iron Man.
Okay, Iron Man. Now, like we said, Iron Man is the one who lasts the longest. He doesn't necessarily have to make it to the Final Four or even have to win. My Iron Man, I believe I said this. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brian. I believe I thought the Iron Man was going to be Brock Lesnar.
You said Braun. Yes, no, you did say Lesnar.
I did say Brock. I believe Brock Lesnar will be the Iron Man for 2016.
I don't know. I have a feeling Roman, the last couple of Royal Rumbles, he's been doing good, and almost breaking his record. I think he's gonna keep that. So Roman Reigns.
Well, his record was for most eliminations.
Most eliminations.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking
about who's going to last the longest time-wise.
I'm sorry. That's why I'm saying Reigns might last the longest because don't forget he is the number 1. So.
Okay, no, that's fine.
All right. No, makes sense. All right, Jay, who's your Royal Rumble Iron Man?
We're talking about people who made an impact when first starting, and Roman Reigns did that the past couple of years. But I'm thinking because the Wyatt family has a new hired muscle in their career, I'm gonna think Braun Strowman because we're talking about a former strongman, and we're talking about one of the tallest guys who has yet to get taken off his feet often. So I'm going with Braun Strowman.
All right. All right, Brian, who's your Iron Man?
Well, I could have made this my lock of the night, too. I'm 100% confident in this one. It's Roman Reigns. I mean, the guy's going in #1. And I do not expect to see Reigns out early. I do expect him to see in the Final Four. So, statistically, you're going in #1. You're Roman Reigns, the champion. You're going to last the longest.
Sometimes you'll last the longest.
Sometimes.
What you got, Queen?
I'm picking the Roman Empire.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
So who's she, the Queen of the Roman
I'm
Empire?
going to go Steve Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. All right, 3 for Roman. Chris?
I'm going to go with Luke Harper.
Luke Harper.
Ooh, another wild card.
An interesting one. Okay, so we got 2 members of the Wyatt family for Iron Man. Interesting. All right.
It might be a Wyatt family takeover finally.
All
The
right,
break they've been waiting for.
All right, we'll see. Okay, now we have the Royal Rumble sharpshooter, essentially who will have the most eliminations. Now, this one I think was one of my safe bets. This one's a sure one for me. I'm going with Braun Strowman. I see him clearing house. I see when he comes in, he's going to be tossing bodies left and right. Like Zach said, like Zach and Julian said, no one's going to be able to knock this guy off his feet. I think he's going to clear house for a while. I mean, he's probably going to clear out a lot of the jobbers. I imagine someone will make some unfortunate entrance. It was be seeing Strowman probably just turn around.
Curtis Axel.
Curtis Axel, yeah.
Yep.
I see that streak being broken quick. All right, so Strowman's going to be my Royal Rumble sharpshooter.
All right, well, okay, I guess I kind of let slip, though. I mean, this okay, I'm trying to come up with this quick, though, because all I can think of, is for 2 names. Lesnar, Reigns. Lesnar, Reigns. Lesnar, Reigns.
I mean, you think Reigns could break his own record?
I don't know. I mean, that'd be tough. I mean,
he'd have to.
Why would he have to break his own record?
Because, Roman Reigns is going in. Well, no, I'm sorry. No, I was thinking Roman Reigns because, he's coming in at #1. He literally at the, really clean house. But there's the unpredictability, what number of Brock Lesnar would come into the picture. But
True.
This is really okay. I don't know if the guy did. The Roman Empire reigns.
Rise of the Roman Empire. All right, Julian, who you got?
Okay.
I'm actually going to go with someone who I did watch for many years when he was on the Indies. I'm going to have to go with Kevin Owens because we're talking about a guy who's calling himself a prize fighter. And so far, he's been backing up what he's been doing. Former NXT champion and a Continental champion. He's a former world champion in his own right, so I'm going with Kevin Owens on that one.
Okay, Kevin Owens for most eliminations. Brian, who's your sharpshooter?
Well, I'm in agreement with you, Ken. I think that I'm going with Braun Strowman. It could be Lesnar. It's going to be either Strowman or Lesnar. It's going to be one of the big, tough guys. But I like Strowman here.
Okay, Julie, lay it on us.
I'm going with Sheamus.
Sheamus.
Ooh.
Interesting one. All right.
Mr. Rooster.
I'm going Bobby Big Show.
He's going to the big Slow.
Again, the Big Slow.
Why am I not surprised?
Retire already, Big Slow.
All right.
I'm going to be going with Kalisto, and as I pointed out earlier, my reasons are
Kalisto?
unshaken.
You're going with the smallest guy in the Rumble match?
Yeah, he's no Bobby Big
I
Show.
mean, you can't
Well,
diss
think
him, though,
about
'cause
think
don't
about
forget,
this.
though,
Think
Rey
about
Mysterio
this.
In 2006,
Think about this.
He won the Royal
Let's-
Rumble. He was at #2.
Hold on. Just listen to this. Say guys run at him, and he pulls the rope down, and they fall over. That's an elimination for him,
How
right?
many times could someone fall for that?
Apparently, Chris thinks probably 8 or 9. Could happen. I don't know. It's not that far out there.
Yeah.
Well, we're just going to have to wait
if
and
all
see.
of them were jobbers, if all of them had the IQ of Heath Slater.
Oh, Hornswoggle.
Hey, you don't diss.
All right, so guys,
Don't diss a leprechaun.
So guys, let's wrap this up. We're at an hour. The last thing we have to do is final match length.
All right. Yeah, we have
but why don't you explain the final match, Ken?
Okay, it's called the main event tiebreaker. Essentially, how it works is that now in the case of a tie between 2 or more participants, it pretty much works like the Price is Right bidding. Okay, we all pick a match time for the main event, which in this case is going to be we're all predicting the Ambrose Owens last man standing match because we all know the Royal Rumble is going to go at least 16 minutes. So there's no real guesswork there. With the Ambrose Owens match, there's a little more to it. So that's what we're going to go with right here. So, all right. So my match prediction time like I said, I don't remember exactly. Brian, correct me if I'm wrong on this one. I believe I said 24 minutes and 30 seconds.
You did. Very good.
24. I'm going to go with 24 minutes and 30 seconds. And if anyone goes with a 1 second bid, so help me God.
Well, I think we know who's up for that one.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it's gonna be Greg. Of course, it's gonna be Greg. It's always Greg. All right.
25 minutes.
25. Okay, 25 minutes for Mr. Martinkus. Mr. J, match prediction time. Thank you for not going 24:31.
28 minutes.
28 minutes.
That would be a lot more logical time for that.
A long runner. All right, Brian.
I have 29 minutes.
29 minutes. All right.
Okay.
Okay, Julie.
Those some fighting words.
I'm going with my age, 25.
Whoa! Wait, hold on. Zach already picked 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Actually, Julie wrote. This was written down when Julie and I were at the table, so Julie had it first.
All right.
You got to give it to the queen. She has a belt, so you got to go 25:01.
You got 25:01.
So then it's going
to change my mind.
Then it comes down to an over/under.
All right. So, yeah. Okay. If everyone, if the match ends, or I mean, that's one rule. Sorry, that's one rule I forgot to mention. If all our match times are over the actual match time, it's basically whoever's closest to the actual match time.
Okay.
That's pretty much how it works. So okay, do you want to give Zach? Okay, because Zach wasn't here. So okay, so Zach, if you want to pick a new match time.
Sure. We'll stick with the Ambrose one. With the 27.
27 minutes. All right. Greg.
Yeah, Ken, don't worry. I'm not going to do your thing and go 1 second over. I'm gonna. I know we're playing by Price is Right rules, so it's closest without going over. So I'm gonna predict that this will be a 1 minute match.
Oh my God!
You still went with one.
So close.
You went with one. You still went with one.
So if you guys all go over, I win.
Oh, great.
Dude.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose this crap.
Oh no!
Oh,
One
God.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say, Greg.
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet.
Okay, guys.
All right.
Okay, Chris. All right, Chris. Main event match time. Take Ambrose versus Owens. Take your pick.
I'm going 26 minutes.
26 minutes.
26.
All right, 26. Okay. All our match times are locked in. All right, we're good. That's everything we got. All right. So we are all set for the pay-per-preview. Like I said, the biggest king/queen pay-per-view contest in the history of the Wrestling Connection. Of course, we couldn't do it any bigger, and we'll have all the results on, you guessed it, episode 100. The century mark. We are going to have a big celebration and plan. I mean, we're going to have special guests. We're going to have flashbacks, reflections. We're going to have musical guests. We're gonna have a live studio audience. Is there gonna be food? There's gonna be plenty of food. We're gonna be having an after party at the Red Heat Tavern. It's gonna be a big shebang. If you're in the neighborhood, stop on by, catch the big 100th episode celebration.
He did say food, right?
The Red Heat Tavern.
Are there autographs available from the
Yes,
cast?
he said food.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So
Calm down, boy. Calm down.
All right. So like I said, stay tuned for that. Like I said, next Friday at our special early start time of 3 p.m. Remember that, folks? Ingrained in your minds. 3 p.m. next Friday, January 29th. All right.
Well, this is not April 29th. That would be my birthday.
And happy future birthday.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So in the meantime, folks, if you have any ideas, predictions, or suggestions for the show, for the Royal Rumble, email us at wrestlingconnection@gmail.com. All one word, wrestlingconnection@gmail.com. You can check out all of our past and present vids on YouTube at both the Bedford TV channel and, of course, the Wrestling Connection channel. Of course, you can catch us on our official Facebook page, facebook.com/The Wrestling Connection, where this Sunday we will be doing live pay-per-view coverage of the 2016 Royal Rumble. And, of course, last but not least, you can check us out on our official Twitter handle at WConnection, where you can catch all our little quips and jokes about WWE and professional wrestling at large. So in the meantime, folks, this has been a fantastic episode 99. The band is back together.
Heard it too many times to ignore it. There's some things that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the wrestling connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da da dee da da da, la da 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 da, yeah. We're back, we're awesome, and we're back.
As always,
Stay connected, get connected, stay connected.
Good night, folks.